Hi, welcome back to Shannon's Plants Planting Time. How are you today? Today we are going to be talking about the easiest plants to grow indoors for beginners. And plants are a very good way and an inexpensive way to lively up a room. And contrary to popular belief, you do not need a green thumb to grow these plants. So let's just hop into it. Number one on the list is Azizi Plant. And it has a very long name, so all you need to do is go in the nursery and ask for the Zzz Plant. It is marketed as indestructible and plants of steel. It has green glossy leaves that almost look fake. They're easy to care for as long as you know a few things. One, they will tolerate low light, not no light, but low light. And two, they grow from these bulbous formations known as rhizomes, which store water. So they do not need to be watered but once every 2 to 3 weeks to once a month. You need to let these plants dry out. They are extremely drought tolerant, and one way to kill them is definitely to overwater them. Just ask me. In the beginning I went through too. So the cool thing about Azizi plants is, one, they come in the regular form, this beautiful green, plain green form, and it is just gorgeous. These super glossy leaves. And this also comes in a variegated form of this, and even cooler than that, they come in this dark form known as the Raven Zzz, and it looks black. It's really dark green. The shoots they put out are these nice light green color, and then they start to darken to the dark color we call black. So yes, you have a little bit of, variation among the Zzz plant, and so they tolerate neglect very well. So number one on the list, the Zzz plant. Number two on the list is none other than the golden pothos, also known as devil's ivy because it is strong and durable. These plants adapt well to any environment. They grow with high or low light, and about the only way to kill them is to overwater them. So stick your finger in 1.5 inches deep. Make sure they are pretty much bone dry, and then water. They come in many different colors. There's neon pothos, which is like a lime colored, brightly colored pothos. They come in marble queen, which is light variegated. This is a mandula pothos, and you can see it is brightly variegated. So you have a lot of options with the pothos plant, and they are relatively cheap, and you can find them at any big box store. Even the different variety ones, the variegated ones and stuff, still pop up at the big box store. So I strongly suggest you check out the pothos plant. Number three on the list is none other than the snake plant. This is also marketed as a plant of steel, and it grows in a variety of light from low light to medium light, to bright indirect light. This is a good introduction to succulents, and remember, they are slow growers, but because they tolerate low light, they are great for basements. They're easy to find and affordable, and they come in a variety of flavors, from the well fin, to the shark fin, to the moonshine, to this little green one with the yellow variegation on the outside, and I don't know the scientific name of this one. Just remember to go easy on the water. They are not at all forgiving of being overwatered. I water mine when it is bone dry. So yes, number 3 on the list of easiest care plants is the snake plant. So beautiful to look at. Thick, waxy type leaves. Number 5 on the list is none other than the Peperomia obtusifolia. First of all, I found mine at my local grocery store for $3.99. And up until recently, it was on a back corner shelf that I hardly ever got around to watering. So it handles a lot of neglect. And guess what? It still pushed out new growth. So it comes in a lot of different forms. There's the Peperomia obtusifolia variegata, which is this guy, and he needs badly to be watered right now and repotted, and he's still pushing out new growth. So he's just amazing. And look at these thick succulent type leaves. They're glossy. There's more new growth, and I've just completely ignored him. And the other one I have is the plain green kind, and in this pot also is the green on green variegation. So yeah, it comes in a variety, and this one has been highly neglected too, and is still pushing out new growth. I recently moved them up to a more front seat in the plant room so they will get better care. So yeah, you should try the Peperomia obtusifolia. Number 4 on the list is none other than the peace lily, or Spathaphylum. It is tolerant of almost everything. Overwatering is not an issue because this plant absolutely loves water. And underwatering is not an issue because although it will droop and wilt drastically, if you just water it, it bounces back within an hour. Now, it produces these lovely white blooms, and they have a nice fragrance. So here is my peace lily. You can see the blooms on it, and you can tell that this part of the plant needs some water because that's how it droops drastically. So when yesterday when I watered it, I hit this side, and this is a separate plant, so it didn't get any water, so I need to water it, and as soon as I do, it will bounce back just like this and be just as perky as this part. So I'm glad that I got to show you the wilting that occurs when underwater, but don't worry, you haven't killed your plant. So yeah, that's my list of easy to grow house plants for beginners. I personally wish I would have listened to someone and taken their advice instead of diving into those more difficult plants and losing my money in the process. So anyway, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't. Please like and subscribe, and please follow me on Instagram at ShannonCollier26. That's SHANONCOLLIER 26. And I hope to see you in the next houseplant video. Bye! Number 4 on the list is none other than the peace lily or Spathaphylum. This lovely flowering plant is tolerant of almost everything. It loves water, so overwatering is not an issue. And it is very tolerant of underwatering, although it will droop and wilt drastically if underwatered. But if you water it, it will bounce back quickly within an hour. And the blooms are a lovely fragrant. So it is just a really nice addition to your collection.